everyone. Welcome back to the Adoption Squad. And thank you for listening. I am one of your hosts. I'm Mary.
And I'm Annie. And we
are the Adoption Squad. We try.
I know.
We try so
well,
hard.
And tonight, I can't wait because we had a little pregame discussion. You're going to read. I didn't realize there was more to your non-identifying information. So you're going to be sharing with us even more information from your non-identifying information.
Right.
So
there's so much to unpack here. Honestly, yeah. I have a 3-page narrative. So where I stopped last week, basically telling a lot of information about the birth mother, page 2 is basically a little glimpse into the alleged birth father, which is how it's titled.
That's how they put it, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah. So here's page 2, first paragraph. Alleged father. The alleged father is, and then what I'm seeing on my page is the first initial C, and then the rest of his name is blocked out or whited out, or however you want to look at it.
Redacted. If you're,
there you go.
Investigative reporter.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can kind of see the beginning of the second letter, but it's kind of indecipherable. Is that a word?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
It is. It is a word.
I doubt myself all the time and make up my own words. Okay. You should know that about me. Okay. And then the last name, same thing. First letter of his last name is an M. So it's there. And then to remind you of the sentence, the alleged father is CM of, and then they block out his street name, Avenue, and then they do list his city and state, which I won't reveal here. He was described as of having Italian-French background, which immediately made me so happy because I just wanted to know. And I always thought maybe Irish. And I took French all through high school, and I was so French, but I could not tell you anything in French today. But Italian always had me intrigued. So Italian-French background, I was all for it. So he was Italian-French background, being 31 years of age, 6 feet tall, with dark hair and green eyes.
Swarthy.
And I'm going, now 25-year-old me was like, hey, sounds great.
Yeah.
Like single jeans.
Like, no.
Not like that.
That sounds like a good picture.
Yeah. And then, the mother previously in the first part of this had blue eyes. So I'm thinking, okay, he had dark hair. She was described as having auburn hair, blue eyes. So my eyes, if you were to see them, they kind of change color. So I kind of went,
that makes sense. Then.
This totally makes sense.
Yeah.
He is it does say college graduate, but then it's crossed out and written above says high school graduate.
Oh, wow. How funny is that?
Yeah. But has had no service experience. At the present time, he is employed by a company which leases equipment to big contracting sites. Next paragraph. When I inquired relative to this relationship, she explained that they had been having a courtship over the past 5 years. Now, mind you...
Wait a minute.
Yes.
I have to remind the listeners and myself that we're not sure this is your information.
Right.
But later, I'm going to do a spoiler thing. It is confirmed that these two people are your parents.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Yes. And this interview that I'm reading was conducted in 1966.
So let's do some math and figure out what happened.
Oh, but math is so hard.
No,
it's not.
I think go ahead. Sorry. I think we all know it means you have a sibling.
Spoiler.
Yes. Sorry. I couldn't stand it any longer.
I know. Like I said early on, my story is more soap opera. So
yeah. So they'd been a courtship for 5 years prior to your sibling being born. Before you. What's going on here? Keep reading.
Correct.
Sorry.
That's okay. She showed little or no embarrassment when she explained this to me, stating that they had met through a mutual friend at that time and had been seeing each other ever since. She said, however, that there's no possibility of a marriage here in as much as religion is in conflict. She went on to describe the alleged fathers having been the victim of a very unfortunate marriage. She stated that he and his wife. So here I am at 25 going.
Yeah, reading. Oh, what? Yeah.
All right. So he and his wife, who is some 5 or 6 years older than he, had been involved. Yes, had been involved in an accident in which the wife had been critically injured. During the ensuing weeks while she was hospitalized, he called on her frequently and subsequently married her. He feels now that he overextended himself as far as sympathy is concerned toward the woman whom he married, and it was not based upon romantic love or love of any kind for that matter.
This is getting super descriptive. This is your non-identifying information.
I told you.
Oh my God. The person recording this is like, tell me more. Tell me more.
Exactly.
Like, they're lapping this up.
They're
lapping it up.
And then there's the word in as much. All together. And I went,
oh my word.
Is that really like one word?
Listen, I document this kind of stuff for a living. I would not write this stuff down. No, not in this way. I will tell you that. Yeah.
And in my world of living, I see words all the time. In as much, I don't think I have thought about in as much as a long time.
Oh my goodness. Keep reading.
Okay.
Jeez.
I know. Here it is. He is said to be the father of 3 children whom he cares for very much. And the divorce has been in the courts for the last 2 or 3 years.
What?
Right.
Okay. So wait, he has 2 or 3 kids?
He has 3 kids.
3 kids. And there's a divorce in the courts?
For the last 2 or 3 years.
And he's 30.
31 years of age, yes.
31. Okay, my goodness.
Mm-hmm. So young guy, 3 kids.
Divorce in the works.
Yeah. Married, clearly having an affair with who we are going to call Miss R.
Okay.
So Miss R indicated that the divorce had become final recently. Well, let's just say later I find this to not be the case. He is not divorced in 1966. He's still not divorced when I am born in 1973. Goodness. Yeah. Oh,
you're a love child.
Oh, am I? Okay.
I don't know. Oh.
Okay. So, however, there was confusion relative to their ability to marry in the church. Here it comes again.
Oh, Catholic.
Okay.
No annulment.
But here's the best part. Inasmuch.
We love that word now.
I'm gonna bring it back.
We're bringing in as much back if we do nothing else in 2020. In as much as COVID has effed up our lives.
I mean,
We have
wow.
risen above.
We have. This is, yeah.
Wow.
So that's okay. Oh, however, there was confusion relative to their ability to marry in the church, inasmuch as the first Mrs. Somebody had been Catholic. And
sure, use that as a spoiler.
And we'll just say the birth father had been permitted to marry in the Catholic Church. Miss R feels that she would be ostracized from her family, and she herself could not be permanently happy with this status in her church.
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
She appears
permanently happy, by the way. That phrase alone is so ironic and weird.
Yeah.
Who is ever guaranteed permanent happiness?
Well, nobody, but we do find out later other details about the religious status. So, but it does continue saying,
okay, keep going.
She appears to place a great deal of value upon her identification with the Roman Catholic Church. We both smiled and agreed that it was rather late in the picture to be discriminating to this degree, but she stated repeatedly that she had made up her mind early in the pregnancy that this child would not be raised out of wedlock, but that she could see no way clear to marry Mr. M.
Oh, my goodness. By the way, the phrase, we both smiled. We both smiled.
Let's see. We both smiled and agreed that it was rather late in the picture. Yeah, because mind you, everyone.
The social worker is really trying to paint a picture here.
Yeah, but from the last episode, she's basically a week away from giving birth to this child in 1966, who initially I thought was me, but I thought, well, I'm not, the age appropriate for a 1966 baby. So
no, but you figured it out later.
Right. Yeah. I did some basic math. See what basic math gets you? Okay.
Yeah.
So when I wondered if they would continue their relationship.
Oh my God, what? The social worker is wondering this?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
I know. I'm telling you, soap opera.
It is a soap opera.
I know. When I wondered if they would continue the relationship, Miss R was a little uncertain, although she did plan to see him occasionally.
Yeah, right. Okay.
We went through all of the risks and unsatisfactory implications a continuing relationship would mean. However, Miss R, who is 27 years of age, seems to feel that she is quite capable of managing this association and not permitting it to get into the terms of an intimacy once again. I'm sorry for laughing.
Wow, because obviously it did, because you were born. Oh my gosh.
And I apologize to anybody who might find that not laughable, but there's so much more to this that I'm not filling in. But yes, between 1966 and 73, clearly there were intimacy.
There was
happenings.
Intimacy. And well, I think also like we are kind of laughing like, oh my goodness, this conversation sounds so crazy. Like there's a social worker kind of inserting herself. We smiled at each other, what have you. But also, these are real human beings who obviously care about each other. Mm-hmm. But because of social norms and what have you, they can't do what would probably have happened naturally.
Right.
So their hands are somewhat tied. And they're still not able to resist each other.
Right.
So it's a tiny bit sad.
It's very sad.
That way. But there's this other part of me who thinks sometimes